Welcome to the Chrysalis Temple, a sacred portal where the quantum meets the mystical. We awaken timelines, dissolve limits, and embody the frequency of your highest self. Welcome to the Chrysalis Temple Podcast. This is your sacred space for deep cellular remembrance, alchemical transformation, and a coming back to your divine feminine power. Welcome back to another episode of the Chrysalis Temple Podcast. Today is a pretty special episode. First of all, coming back, re-emerging, since I really haven't had any episodes out for a little bit of what has been happening behind the scenes and the need for such a pause, what's been going on in my inner world. And on top of that, this will be the beginning of a new season. And so with this new season, right, like it's a deeper energetic alignment with what we're going. So like I said before, this space, it's a temple, right? A quantum temple that we create. It's a container for us to come together, and it's not just me talking. It's a whole really truly like a download of codes that you are getting through this, because that's how I set up each episode. And so with season 2, we are really truly creating a deeper alignment, right? Focusing even more on the divine feminine leaders in this space, right? That are bringing forth this spiritual revolution, this really like beginning this new way of living where we're coming back into our spirituality, into our really into our power, into becoming more sovereign within our thoughts, within our bodies, within really any area and aspect of our lives. I think episode 2 is really about deeper energetic alignments, bringing forth more of the feminine remembrance, how the feminine is really truly awakening. We are seeing the re-emergence of Sophia consciousness really truly taking place. If you look around, so many things are happening on the world stage, but also if you look around, we can see how so many divine feminine women are waking up and bringing forth this revolution. And that's really essentially season 2. Of course, there's going to be much more, but with that being said, let's get into this pretty much little cocoon season that I have been in. And again, this was not something that has been really kind of planned to take this break or not to put anything out, but I just felt a deep call to, instead of pushing through, instead of forcing myself, instead of rushing to create something, I decided to give myself that pause and really look deeper within and focus on my inner world, kind of redefine who I am and what I am here to do, while at the core it's still all the same. It's just, again, that little refinement, that deeper energetic attunement, that again, discarding any kind of limitations, any kind of beliefs, anything that's going to rush me or make me create something out of the need to be seen, or the need to produce, right? More so being guided to flow, to connect to that creativity. When that creativity finally kicks in energetically, we've also been in this kind of creative funk, I think, many of us, because in as much as I can remember, in the sky we've had some planets. I think I want to say it has to do with Neptune, and we've been kind of blocked off of our creativity, and I was kind of in that same space of being blocked off from that creativity. And now feeling this kind of reawakening, right, of that creative energy, that creative force within me. And as tapping into that creative force, I am tapping in deeper into working with the Kundalini energy. I've always pretty much on some levels have worked with the Kundalini energy. I do a lot of working with the energy within the spine, when I do my quantum breath, when I do quantum flow. Even a lot of the quantum healing techniques focuses on really the nervous system, the spine, and the energy that is flowing through the spine, which is essentially that life force energy, that Kundalini energy, that prana, right? And so now I'm just focusing even more so on that Kundalini energy, more practices leaning into that, which I will be sharing in the upcoming videos and episodes of what I'm studying and how that's going. For now, it's very much still at the level of the things that I know, but whatever I'm gonna be moving through myself within my body, I will be coming on here to share with you and share the updates and how all of that is going. And so, like I said, during this time, I have been really looking into these parts of myself, right, where creation has become kind of like something that has to be done instead of something that brings joy, right, bliss, and so on and so forth. And so during this time, I've found a lot of joy and bliss in the calmness, in the stillness, in the listening to my own body, which has, for I think many years, has been a problem for me. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I had my health crisis now, like 3 years ago. Wow, time goes by quickly. 3 years ago, that started off the health crisis for me. And one of the reasons is because I kept ignoring my body. I kept ignoring the messages that came from my body. And so during this time, I really felt that message from my body, from even deeper in my soul, that slow down, focus on this, just enjoy life right now. And that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been enjoying life in the moment, taking more chances, taking more opportunities to really truly enjoy and just be. And so for me, one of the biggest things for that was spending so much more time with my family. While I, to some extent, already spend a lot of time with my kids, but here I enjoy that even more. Family was in the first place. And also, one of the things that came through was that doing new things, or doing things that scare me. And so at first it's a lot of trying new things, right? Sometimes we get like anxious and trying new things, and that's I felt what was happening to me. I get very, very anxious about trying something new in my life, or doing it and not doing it correctly, or this or that or whatever. And so during this season, I decided, you know what? Let's do it. Having opportunities that come up to, to take trips, to go here, to do this, to do whatever, that's what I did. I did more of that, stepping out of that comfort zone. Maybe it's not like so grandiose and really something big. For me, within where I have kind of boxed myself in, doing those things really helped me to kind of step out of the box. So that was fun, and that was something that was coming up for me. And really, I believe that's kind of the theme that I'm going with for this year, this new year that we're moving into, and this energy. I think it adds up to, I know numerologically it adds up to 1, but also if you look at, I think they call it like karmic numerology, or numerology that connects to the major arcanas in tarot. And this year is not just a 1, it's a 10, and 10 represents the Wheel of Fortune. And I think the Wheel of Fortune is such a lucky energy, but if it's in the positive, but also an energy of really a flow of relaxation and taking the opportunity, seizing the moment, because you cannot have luck. You cannot be lucky if you don't take the chance, if you don't step out there, if you don't kind of step out of the comfort zone, right? And so I think that kind of energy is so on point for 2026, really stepping out of the comfort zone and trying new things, doing something that we haven't done before. And I feel like that is something that has been coming up for me. And so with that come a lot of things that are still there to kind of let go of, right? If you think about stepping out of your comfort zone, that feels very it's uncomfortable. We don't want to do it. All these things come up, excuses, limitations. I can't, and this and that, and what if this, and I'm not good enough, and what are people gonna say, and so much. So that's kind of another thing that has been going on, really releasing these kind of limitations, realizing that so much of these things that like I think about, I'm like, where is this even coming from? Is this even me? Or why am I now believing this? Or what about this thing that really scares me? Like, what happens if I do this? And this big thing that I'm scared of actually happens. What then? All right. So that kind of thing. That's what's been happening in kind of behind the scenes. So taking a lot of time to really just enjoy family, enjoy loved ones, taking more opportunities, chances, to really step out of the comfort zone. And like I said, this is the theme that I'm going with for 2026. And if you feel that kind of energy, that fire horse energy, lighting you up, sparking that creativity back up, because I think also so much is coming back with that creative spark, with that fire, with that's something new, right? Because the year of the snake has been a little bit of a tougher year collectively. And yeah, so with that being said, like, that's what's kind of been behind the scenes. And also, like I said, redefining who I am, this new version of myself that I feel is emerging, right? And kind of redefining what my work is. How do I align deeper to my purpose, to my mission? I still feel that deep purpose, like that I am here to do something really big, really really transformative. That's the word, really transformative. And so I'm kind of redefining, what does that look like for me? What is this version of myself really truly like? How does she step into this now, right? And that's a lot of moving the body, letting go anything that has been really just still kind of stuck in there, right? And letting go of these programs that maybe still keep looping and coming back up, right? To be reviewed, to be released. So it has been quite an interesting time off of doing this kind of work, right? Just living, enjoying, and really releasing what is not aligning anymore. Now, for the upcoming season 2, as this container is being upgraded, right? And kind of energetically attuning with that, there's going to be so much more guests that are beautiful women that are also doing a great, amazing work in the collective, that are really truly leading this revolution. And so I am so excited to bring in these new episodes with the priestesses, the oracles, the seers, the spiritual ascension guides, all of it. Women that are deep in motherhood and that are, are still really keeping that ritual, that devotion to the spiritual, how that comes together in the work that we do, right? So much more alignment, so much more mission-based kind of topics, right? And yeah, I'm just so excited about bringing these guests on, having these deeper spiritual topics to be opened up and discussed here, and really getting really kind of almost like the behind the scenes of what happens in real life of women who are in this in their mission, in their purpose, and leading the revolution, because that's what this year feels like, a big revolution energy, and a new way of living, a new paradigm, right? After 2025, in the year where there has been so much shedding, so much releasing, this year is now really truly embodiment, real embodiment, walking the talk, not just doing the talking, but walking the talk. And this is what we're here to show, how we're doing it and why we're doing it, and the impact that it's making in our lives and in the world. And that, yeah, how it's making an impact out in the collective, in the world, how it's shifting our reality, how we're shifting these dimensions right here, right now. So I am so excited for the new season, the new beginnings. We just went through, we had Imbolc, which is that halfway point between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. So we're like halfway through that, right? And just tapping into this really new, creative, lit up energy, and so excited. So let me know in the comments if you are excited to start off this new year, start off this new season with us, and looking forward to all of the embodiment that we're going to be bringing forth, and how we're going to be shifting these timelines in real time. So let me know in the comments, your likes, your all of it. I appreciate it. Let me know if you like it, if you're excited, and I will see you in the next episode.